And so when you were, just to rewind just a little bit, one of my favorite artists is Chief Keef. So you were around the new No Limit, because I think P was messing with Chief Keef at one point, and was it Fat Trel?
Yep, and Fat Trel.
And Fat Trel. So were you around at that time? And
of course,
how was it?
around.
How was the situation in terms of, like, I guess you were there from the beginning, like being introduced to him and whatnot. Yeah.
No, it was cool. Chief Keef, he really wasn't around as much as Fat Trel was, because excuse me, at the time, Fat Trel he was a part of a group at that time that we had put together with P, Fat Trel, and Alley Boy, called the Louis V Mob. So we actually put out a couple albums with Fat Trel, so yeah, that was cool, man. Trel was a real cat from DC, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, cool cat. Chief Keef was, the times that he was around, same thing, yeah, all them guys was cool, man. All them guys was cool.
Nice. Did he take to P in terms of, because I know from what I see, and I'm only speaking on what I see in the media.
For sure.
P likes to look out for people and provide them with, the advice, proper advice to excel you in the right direction. But what I also hear in the media is, Chief Keef likes to do his own thing.
For sure. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did. You know what I mean? Like, P has always been the type of person, man. He has open arms, even with as far back as the No Limit artists, right? P never kept the artist against his will. If you wanted to be on No Limit and he wanted you there, you were more than welcome to be there. If you woke up on a Wednesday and just said, hey, you know what? I ain't feeling this shit no more. I want to do something different. P will let you go free and clear. He's, again, open arms. So it's really whatever you want to do. So yeah, it was all love with Chief Keef. And like you said, he decided to do his own thing. He had P and the team's blessing. You know what I'm saying? Even Fat Trel, when he went over to, I think, was it Maybach? I can't remember, but he had went from No Limit to somewhere else, but he got locked up soon thereafter. But it was still all love. It was all love, so, P still offers, he still mentors and just gives them the best big brother advice that he can give them.
Nice. Okay. And then so more recently we had, in terms of big artists, because I know you said you're looking for stars. Recently we had a versus between 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugz and Harmony.
Yeah,
I'm hearing you were on stage. You had a little cameo.
Yeah, I was, man. I was there for that monumental moment.
I'm assuming you were rooting for Bone.
Of course, I was there with Busy Bone. So I actually I showed up with Busy Bone. So Busy's my guy. Shout out to BB Gambini. And Flesh is my guy as well. But I officially showed up with Busy. So yeah, man, that was an awesome night, bro. I had such a good time, even with the bullshit, even with the little melee or whatever. I think that added to it. I think that was a beautiful thing that they was able to do that, because you got to think, man, these guys have been, they've been on tour together, but their little riff starts back 20-something years ago.
Live by your rep.
And it was. Yeah, and it was funny because DJ Paul said that. He was like, hold up. He was like, man, we didn't even do this shit in the 90s. Like we too old for this. But I think that it was a good representation for the culture in terms of conflict resolution. I think the fact that, people could have their disagreements, you can even shoot a fair one and nobody has to die. You can shake hands, let it go. And move forward, and I think that Busy handled it like a G. He handled it like a gentleman. And I think both sides did, and they continue, and I believe that they're doing stuff moving forward, even as of now. So, matter of fact, Busy and Gangsta Boo have a show together out here in LA, which I will be in attendance as well, even with Lil Eazy-E. And I think one of the Wu-Tang cats, Corrupt. So we all have a show out here. I think it's June 4th, June 6th or something like that out here. But you know, people can follow me and they can see it. But I'm just saying that to say that the camps are still Crazy Bone and DJ Paul have an album. I think DJ Paul produced Crazy Bone's next solo album. So it's all love. It's
Right.
all love.
I think that's how the whole versus thing started. I think it was originally supposed to be DJ Paul versus Crazy Bone, and then Swiss Beats reached out to them and said, "Hey, let's do it on a bigger stage."
Right.
Now, I think I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man. 3-6 Mafia, though, man. I've been riding with 3-6 Mafia since I'd say early 2000s.
Yeah.
But just like what you said, that tension has been just bubbling ever since, for like more than 20 years, like almost 30 years.
Since 90, maybe 94, maybe 95, something like that.
Possibly, yeah.
But I mean, now don't get it twisted. I mean, I love 3-6 Mafia, bro. Like they're one of my favorite groups as well. I think it's just that, you know, again, even coming from the Midwest, our styles were similar to Bone. We were always compared to Bone. You know, I've been knowing, well, I met Crazy back in the late 90s. I've been knowing Busy since the early 2000s. So, and Lazy as well. I've done songs with Lazy and Busy. So I think just I have more of a personal rapport with Bone Thugz. But if we're just speaking musically, you know, I love both groups, man. I love both groups. I can't deny it, you know.